I would like to address graduate unemployment on three main points. One, we have to look at our educational curriculum again. Two, we have to create industries. Three, we have to have the right legislature. One, on the issue of our curriculum, most things that we are taught in our universities doesn't give us the right skills to fit into the job market. And what's happening is that roles are changing, job roles are changing, but the curriculums we have were curriculums that were designed 20 years ago, that were designed not for our modern times, but is for some time past. So we have to look at the curriculum again so that the curriculum will be such that we'll have everything that will be required to fit into a job role when we come out of school, because roles are changing in the workplace. And the second point is about industries. Africa, though we are poor, we import almost everything into Africa. And because we do a lot of importation, we don't trade among ourselves. So industries that can take on, let's say, 1,000 workers, we don't have those industries here, but rather we have warehouses which import the stuff and bring from Europe or China, and they are stocked here and sold here. So it means we are denying our populace of job. And if we have industries, there will be more people working in the industries, there will be job, and the value chain of industry producing, people coming to pick it up to sell, will create a lot of job for graduates. And the third point is legislature. Legislature is that, there are foreigners working here in Africa, and I think when you go to Europe, there are some roles, unless they don't have somebody in Europe to fit those roles, they will never give it to an immigrant. So I think we need to look at our laws again and look at some roles in some companies where experts are filling those roles, and use legislature to make sure that experts don't fill roles that we can get local people to fill here in Africa.
I don't think there's any single solution to the issue of graduate unemployment in Ghana. But one of the solutions may be to address the way that we are educated. We have been raised to believe that formal education is the one and only way to go, and that it is important for you to have a degree or two simply because it is prestigious and it gives you a better social standing. Whilst this may have been true in the past, I don't believe that still holds true today. There are a lot of people who are probably better working in skilled trades rather than working in professions that require them to have formal education. There are a lot of extremely talented people in Ghana who have had little to no formal education, and yet are extremely good at what they do. Not only that, but their skills and expertise are invaluable to members of the society. I believe that it's high time that technical and vocational skills training are structured in Ghana in such a way that would be attractive enough for people to want to go and take up skills and vocational training. The most important part of this is that once a person has completed their apprenticeship or skills training, they are equipped with knowledge and expertise to be able to set up and work on their own, rather than having to look for or wait to be employed by someone else. Yes, of course, they can work with bigger companies if they so choose, but then they also have the option to go into business themselves, start up themselves, and put what they have learned to use, which will fetch them money at the end of the day or at the end of the month. It is important for us to know as Ghanaians that formal education, university training is not the one and only way to go. There are other ways for people to gain education which will also equip them with marketable skills. The stigma attached to technical and vocational training needs to be removed, and young people should be allowed to choose to a greater extent what path or direction they would like their future to take. If a person works better with their hands, they should be encouraged to do so. But until the vocational sector has been properly structured, there may not be an increased interest among young people, and the issue of graduate unemployment will continue to be an issue among the youth and also continue to be an issue for the government.